Hello, it's Wednesday, September 24th. Back out in the shop to make a video. I haven't done one in quite a while since I was working on those music stands, which are finished but don't really have a designated home yet. And we'll see how that pans out. What I'm working on today is refinishing a tabletop. So I just brought this tabletop over this morning, and I probably should have taken this video before I started removing the old finish. But this is a pretty nice old piece. It comes from a tavern table from a friend of mine down the road a little bit. The overall length is just a little over 8.5 feet long, and it's just under 30 inches wide. So when it gets all set up with its chairs, it's a really nice table to have and actually an intimate meal with friends, because you're not spread apart across the table face to face, but you can still get a good number of friends around the table. Didn't take a video of it in its home because the room was a little dark to get the details of the table itself. But when I'm all finished with it, we'll get a nice video of it and you can see its setting. But I thought I'd take this video, one, for my own reference to make sure I know what I was doing, and to also show you some of the things that we found when we took the tabletop off. It was attached what we would call properly with clips underneath it that allow the solid wood to move over time. If you're a woodworker, you understand the necessity of letting a solid wood like this move in over the course of the humidity and change of humidity in seasons, especially up here in Michigan, which it can vary quite a bit. But what we also found in taking it off is that in a previous iteration, this tabletop had actually been nailed to its base. And so we found that before it has its current finish on it, someone had pulled the nail holes out, and actually they just cut the nails off and then sanded them smooth. So for example, this is one of them right here. Now I'm not sure it shows up that well on the camera, but these are all along. This is where the table was attached at the end, and every one of them has a nail hole that's been filled, and the same thing goes along the edge. So here's a part of the table that has not had any of the finish removed yet. But when I get the finish all off, I'll sand it smooth, and then we'll start with a toning and a staining of it. There were some other interesting things about this table. About halfway down, there are quite a bit of previous gouges or holes that have already been filled, and I'm not sure exactly at this point how we'll handle that. You could actually see these through the old finish, so I'm hoping that I might be able to make this a little less obvious once we get the whole finish on. But overall, the table's in good condition, especially considering how long it is and how easy it is to nick up a table over time. And you can see why the client wanted it refinished. There were some pretty deep scratches here, so this requires sanding, not just to remove the finish, but to actually get underneath these scratches. Well, anyway, so that's the quick update on this video here today, as I'm working on a table refinish of a Oak Tavern Table.